We're going to get going. All right. Okay. Welcome to our call tonight. So excited to see your beautiful faces. Thanks for turning on your cameras because you know we love that. If you need to hide, you can totally hide, but you know we love that. Do you know what's so funny on some team calls? Like, it's just a bunch of names. Like, no one ever turns their camera on. I'm all, that doesn't work for synergy people, right? Like, we love to see each other and see faces, and there's energy there. So thank you for being here and bringing your beautiful faces with you. For those of you that don't know me, because we have a lot of new sharing people, and I'm so excited about this. My name's Christy Jex. If you are watching this and on our team, then I am somehow part of your organization, and I want to extend a huge hug and a warm welcome and say thank you so much for joining us and doing this with us. We are honored to have you, excited to have you, and we have a pretty incredible team and culture, and we're just so happy to have you part of it. To kick things off, we are going to go over a couple of things for brand new people that are sharing, because we have a lot of those, and I want to speak to you specifically tonight. We're going to talk about chapters 11 and 12 in The Magic of Thinking Big. I want your involvement. So if you have thoughts or things that came up when you were reading it, or if you didn't read it and you just hear something that we say and that's like sparks an idea, I want to hear from you for sure. It's always better when we hear from everyone and everybody's different perspectives. So feel free to share. But we are going to go into some training on brand new people and how to get started. And I want to preface that part of it with, isn't it cool that at any point in our businesses, we can start fresh? Like, there's no like complicated secret to what we do. It is actually very simple. So the things that I'm going to share and that we're going to share tonight apply to anyone. If you've been around for a while and you feel like you just need a little reset on your business, this hopefully you'll get some nuggets tonight that will help you to reset and start over, because that's always available to you in this business. And I love that. As we grow personally, so does our business. And so we have that opportunity to reset. So I want you to, don't tune out if you've been around a while. I want you to look for things that you can do to reset your business with the things that we talk about tonight. So first of all, though, I want to do a quick shout out we do shout outs at the beginning of every single call to recognize people that are going above and beyond. And so I'm going to do my shout out now. I noticed there's a couple people that will be on the call that aren't yet, that can do their shout outs when they jump on. But mine is going to go to my beautiful friend, Sammy Stewart. You're so cute. Guys, Sammy is my sweet neighbor that lives right down the street from where we're building. And she has been like my mentor to this area. I knew nothing about the schools or about dance or about the neighborhood or anything. And this sweet friend of mine, I actually taught her in hair school, and then we taught hair school together for a while. We ran into her when we were visiting my in-laws, and she was like, "You guys should move here." And I was like, "Never happening, but that's really sweet." And here we are. But she has been such a sweetheart to help us find schools and dance and know the area and kind of just get settled. And I'm so grateful for that. And then now she's sharing Plexus and she's waiting for her products. And I'm so excited to help her. But what I want to point out about Sammy and how she's doing this in a way that's so genuine is she truly cares about people, like truly cares about every single person that she's talking to. And she's like putting in the work to talk to them and care about them and go to houses and like really have these genuine conversations, and not afraid to say, "I'm excited to try this. Like, you should do it with me." There's no shame in what she's doing. And I'm learning from watching how she's doing it, because she's just so natural at it. So Sammy, I wanted to shout you out. You're amazing. What you're doing is beautiful and genuine, and you're going to change a lot of lives. So that's my shout out for today. Anyone else? I'm going to text Kimberly and see if she is almost on the call, because she gets to do a shout out. Does anyone else have a shout out? Nicole, Jenna, anyone want to? Chris, I know you're not showing your face, but maybe you have a shout out to give. Doesn't have to be your downline. Maybe it's someone to the side of you. If not, we will move on.
I'll give a shout out. She's not on the call, but
watch it.
I can send it to her. So Melissa Pierce is recently started sharing, and she just, I don't know, just her big heart has just impressed me. Sorry, I'm whitening my teeth, so I feel like I can't talk.
Join the
I
club.
know. But she has Lyme disease like me, and I've just been really impressed with her willingness to change from the regimen that she's been doing to try something a little bit more natural, and then also her desire to learn about the products and then share it with other people has been really beautiful. So I just want to shout her out.
I love it. So has she been on the products for a while, or is she just starting?
She's been on the products for almost a month.
Gotcha. And she's starting to share.
And she's feeling more energy and just noticing changes that she hasn't noticed in a while, but now she's kind of going through some detox as well, which is normal. But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like she has a huge heart, and I love her, and I'm glad that Plexus has brought us together.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm excited to get to know her more because I've seen her name, but I don't really know her story or anything like that. So I'm excited to know her more.
Yeah.
Nancy, will you tell us a quick takeaway from your event that you went to today?
Oh, it was awesome. They were so sweet. Okay. It was Chelsea and I'm trying to remember.
Diana?
Yes, Diana. Oh, they were so wonderful. Okay, so let me think. Big takeaway. They were just really, really focused on trying to help us to get mindset is what it was. Help us to realize that we need to not let the no's stop us, and that we need to help people to see how they can build their team right off, and that it's not something that should be waited on necessarily, but just like introduced right away. Like, you know, just, okay, you're taking these, or you're going to take these, and this is what you could do in the first month, in the first couple of days. And so it was really neat to see what they had to say, and they were fun, and yeah, it was good.
Oh, I love it. And Michelle was there. Was Sam there too?
Yes. Gotcha. A bunch of ladies were there. It was fun.
Oh, I love it. That's so awesome. We are doing our event. So Thursday in Sandy is the Sip and Share at the old Spaghetti Factory. You guys know that, right? For those of you that are local. I won't be there Thursday, but I will be there Saturday. We're going to do the training. It's going to be like a mini Super Saturday. We've got some awesome trainers on this team that are going to be there training. I wish I could hear from you guys that are going to be in the other room while I'm training, but I'm sure there'll be a recording, and I can't wait to watch. It's kind of awesome. So that's going to be happening Saturday. I will be there Saturday, and I cannot wait to see those of you that can make it. I can't wait to just a reset, right, and get together and have this awesome training. It's going to be so fun. So that's on Saturday. Our 3-day challenge is going right now. Guys, these things are the easy button, right? Like, I load the posts and schedule them so they go up all day. Well, they go up in the morning, and then people have all day to kind of look through them and comment. We're giving away good prizes. Have you seen the prizes, guys? They're good. They're really good prizes. And so it's an easy way to extend that exposure process, because we know that it takes people, with the digital age that we're in, it takes longer now. The exposure process is longer because people are bombarded with messages all the time, and it can be confusing. So this is just a really good way to get people that information, because when they understand how the products work and they hear stories, that's when they go, oh, okay, like I can see this working for me, right? So keep adding your people. It's not too late. And comment when we bring our energy into that group. It really does change the way it feels for people, and it's attractive. So make sure that we're going in, commenting, and utilizing that as well still. Okay, Lara or Chris, do you have any shout outs? If you can't talk, that's fine. Maybe you have screaming children, but if you can, now's a good, you can't talk, Lara? Okay. No worries, you're good. On our last call, Lara had a baby throwing up, and she was catching her throw up in her hands. And she was like leading the call. So that is like mom life, hashtag, right? I love it. Okay, we'll move on. So I want to go over the training for new people first, and we'll go over a little bit of book club at the end. So first of all, if you're brand new, maybe you're watching the recording. I know there's people on Brooke Barker's team that couldn't be on the call tonight, but they're new and just getting going. And a lot of the teams, people want to get the information. Maybe you're watching this later. I want to share with you, did you know that there's no secrets? Like, I don't keep any secrets about how to do this. Like, you might think it's oversimplified when I talk about it. No, it's not. It actually is really simple. It's not always easy, but it actually is a very simple concept and simple steps. And I want to talk to you about step one. If you are taking notes, write a few things down so that you can remember the basics. Most importantly, so you can train your people on the basics. I want you to be confident. When you're helping someone get started, oh, the chat, I have not even seen it yet. When you are helping someone get started, I want you to feel confident that you know we're going to take this one step at a time, right? This is not something where you're going to feel like you have to jam it down their throats. Like everything that you've learned in the last year or 6 months of Plexus, you're like, okay, open up. Now here we go, like jamming it down their throats. Like, no, no, no. We want you to feel empowered as a coach to help them with one step at a time, maybe two, right? But one goal, one step, and I want to empower you so that you know what that looks like. So if you're listening to this and you're new, this is for you. If you're listening to this and you have been around a while, listen as a coach, because we want to teach you how to be an effective, confident, and bad A coach at how to do this, right? You know I want to say the real word, but I'm exercising some restraint. Proud of myself. Kimberly, hello, babe. Do you have a shout out before we move on?
Yes, I have a shout out for two people. Nicole Jones and Jenna. Both of these guys are stretching themselves this weekend, and I'm super excited to be doing our training together on Saturday. And I know this is out of their comfort zones, and I'm just really proud that they're stepping into this and stretching themselves. And yeah, you guys are amazing.
Yay, I love it. Jenna, I love that you took the bull by the horns. Last Thursday when I was doing a sip and see at Sammy's, and you were like, hey, are we doing this in the group? And I'm like, I can't. And she's like, all right, I'll do it. I was like, I love it. You are amazing. When you take ownership and you just have confidence like that, like that's when you really start to see things explode. Am I right, guys?
Totally. And Jenna, that live was amazing. Like, you rocked it. It was so good.
Yes. Your flavor and your branding that you bring to this, every single one of you has a different flavor. And guess what? Your people want to hear from you. And your people's people want to hear from you. And of course it's good to hear from like all the different people. That's why we do these events and stuff. But your voice matters, and your flavor and your style matters, right? And it's refreshing. I love it. That's what Synergy is all about, is like us all together bringing our gifts and bringing our different ways of being is what makes us so powerful. So when you do those things, it strengthens the team. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so proud of all of you. Dude, this team is leveling up, and it is so exciting to watch. Do you have anything more to say, Kimberly?
Nope. I just love everyone. Seriously. I was talking when I went to Jules training a couple years ago. We still have a thread of all the Jules that are together. And guys, we are so unique. We have such a special team. And I don't think we really realize it until people that are outside working the business talk to us. And it's like, oh my gosh, like we are just so blessed. I feel so blessed. And I'm just grateful for all of you. So thanks for showing up.
Amen, sister. What we have is really special. And like talking to Sammy this week, Sammy's my beautiful friend that is new, Kimberly. She's right there to me. I don't know where she is to you.
I see you.
Well, like
I'm touching you.
Brady bunch. We're like looking to the right and the left. We should do that someday. Wouldn't that be so cute to have like a synchronized video of us like
I think so.
The Brady bunch. So the bottom line is though, like not to like, I'm not saying this to say we're so much better than other people. Like, that's not what we're saying. The synergy and the energy that we have is genuine, and it's very like legitimate, purpose driven. We talk about that all the time. We're purpose driven women that love to help people. Not everyone's like that, guys. Some people are so turned off by being sold to and being pushed into things, and like, that's not what we do here, you guys. We really are out to help people change their worlds, and people feel that. That's why we have like all these leaders coming. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, putting makeup on to look like zombies and having dance parties. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. I'm just kidding. What we know, what makes us different though, is that we really are purpose driven, and we are God women that are on fire to help people. And we're always striving to take care of ourselves and then point our arrows out to serve others, right? And it's felt. People feel that energy, and it's attractive, and it's legit. So thank you for sharing that, Kimberly. I totally agree. Okay, so to start our newbie training, let's pretend that if you're watching this, it's just me and you talking. And if you have something to add, Kimberly, Nancy, Jenna, Kim, Chantel, Jess, anyone who has anything to add, please add it, because I do love everyone's different perspectives. But step one, when you get started, and you know this is where I'm going to go, is your why, right? And I'm not talking about, how many of you knew that before I said it? Raise your hand. Oh, yay. That is step one. Because here's the deal. Yes, we know the steps. They're simple, and we'll coach each person. We'll tell you the steps. If you don't know, there is this thing called Beginner's Guide. If you go to Synergy Plexus Builders, across the top, there's a thing that says units. You click units. There is a very simple guide with 4 phases that has a 10-minute video and a sheet that you can download, print out, and work through it. So that is always there to be a resource as a coach. If you're like, oh, I got someone that wants to share, I'm not sure what to do, that's always there. It's a stationary part of our team page. I could update it maybe a little bit, right? I look a little different than I mean, obviously it's like a year more old, but the stuff is still true. And that's the point, is it's simple. So what did you say, Jill? We're different enough that my husband shared with a stranger tonight for the first time. Yay! Is it Mark? Isn't that your husband's name? Yay, Mark. Yay, Mark. I love it. That's amazing. But go use that beginner's guide, because it's simple, but it is the thing. Like, print out the why sheet. That why sheet was created very strategically. Guys, how many of you know I love coaching? Like, I love to coach people. When I did hair, I'd sit there and like just listen to people and really just coach. I didn't know that's what I was doing at the time, because I didn't think I had anything to offer people, because that's my old story. But the point is, like, that's something I love to do. That sheet was created in a way that is very strategic to get people to start to anchor into their heart with their why. Okay, so print that off. If you haven't done it yet, do it. If you've been around for a long time, you haven't done a why sheet for a while, print off a new one. I just updated. It's good. It's relevant. It is strategically created to get you results when you use it. So print off that why sheet. That's step one for your person as well, is to print it off. Because guys, here's the thing. We can tell people you should post on Facebook. Yeah, that's great. But what happens if they post and they feel like they didn't get the response that they were looking for? If they aren't anchored in their why, and they don't feel like this is why I'm taking these actions, they're just going to walk away and be like, whoo, that was super uncomfortable, and I'm not cut out for this, right? So you want to anchor people. If it's not the why sheet right away, I want you to dig and ask some questions and say, hey, this is what I always say, if your Plexus experience went exactly like you would like, what would that look like? Because that opens the door to, you don't know if they want to share. A lot of times I ask that question and people say, oh, I would love to get my products paid for, and I would just love to feel better. When I thought all they wanted was to get feeling better, right? We don't know unless we ask people these questions. So get their why. And when they tell you, oh, I'd love to get my products paid for. Awesome. Why? Well, because, I'd love to just not have to worry about the cost. Cool. Why? Because I want to feel better and I don't want the financial strain. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of having financial strain. Oh, okay. So what does that look like in your home? You got to dig a little bit so that you can get people to open up to you and really share with you what's in their heart. Because if it's just I just want my products covered, cool. Like that's an okay answer, but guys, there's some depth there that when you really dig and ask people a little bit more, tell me more about that. Like, what does that look like in your family? Gosh, my husband comes home from work every day and he's stressed, and I get emotional about this because that's my story. I'm sick and dang tired of having my husband be stressed all the time, working his butt off and still not having money. Then you start getting that somewhere with people. They start to feel that they emotionally anchor themselves into their own why. If you don't get them going a little deeper, then they won't go deeper, right? They're not going to feel we are coaches and we're helping them get into their own emotions about it, right? And once they feel that stirring, they're like, that's right. Gosh dang it, I'm tired of being poor. Like going back 3.5 years, I was sick and dang tired of money struggles ruling our home. I was working my butt off doing hair. James was working his butt off at a job, a good job, quote unquote, and we still had no money. Like we made it work, but we still were struggling. I was tired of that. Like I'm so sick of looking at my bank account to decide if I can do something that I want to do, right? I was hungry. Like Les Brown, you gotta be hungry. I was hungry, right? I was sick of it. And I knew that God is a God of abundance. And I knew that the right opportunity would come along. And if I dug in and I stuck with it, that I knew that I could create something different for my family. And I was fired up about it, right? Get your people and yourself fired up about why. Ask questions, keep digging. I'm not saying like the whole phrase, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough, like barf. But the truth is, like I heard that for so long and I was like, oh, what, your why makes you do things that are so uncomfortable that you want to like shiz your pants? Like, no, that's not exactly the point, right? But it is true that you've got to get people anchored to their own why. Print out the sheet, ask questions, ask short questions. Don't feel like you have to have all the answers. So that is step one. If you don't have a why, and if you don't have a refreshed why, because guess what? My why changes on the monthly, probably. I'm serious. My why is 180 degrees different than it was when I started. 180 degrees different. But I'm very rooted in my purpose still. I know this is part of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I look at your beautiful faces, and guess what my why is now? My why isn't about my family's financial bondage anymore. We've created an incredible lifestyle that we are so grateful for. And I hear from my kids all the time, remember the days when Daddy used to work till late and he was ornery? And Jackson told me that tonight. Guys, do you have any idea how awesome it is to actually achieve what I visualized? Like, it's possible. And I want you to know that your why, whatever it is for you, it's possible. But you got to get crystal clear about what it is. And I'll tell you, in this book, chapter 12 talks about that. Getting crystal clear about what it is that you want and speaking it, writing it, talking about it without fear of like, well, I don't want to write it because what if it doesn't happen? Then I'll be disappointed. Well, crap. If you go to like the desk at the airport and you say, I'd like a ticket. And they're like, cool. Where are you going? Anywhere really. I mean, guys, that doesn't work. Do you feel me? You got to get crystal clear about why you're doing it and where you're going and what you want to create. Nobody ever overachieves what they haven't set out to do. Are you feeling me? So get clear about your why. Maybe it's time for you. Maybe it's community. I know so many people need this amazing community that we have. They need it. They don't even know that they need it. I said, I don't need more friends. I have plenty of friends. I actually said that. A lot of us did because we were snotty brats, and that's okay. I was totally bratty. I was like, I don't want to be part of something bigger. Like, I got enough friends. I'm good. I had no idea, though, what was possible with this incredible community that we've created. So many people need this more than they need the help, more than they need the finances. They need friends. They need support. They need love. They need a safe place to land. Guys, people need it. So ask questions, get your people to dig and figure out exactly what they need. When they start to get a little bit like flustered or emotional, you know you've gone a little, deep enough to where they can anchor into that. Because this is not a walk in the park. How many of you learned that? This business is simple, but it's not a walk in the park. Any business, entrepreneur life is not a walk in the park, right? So when you're anchored to that why, when those struggles come and those defeat moments come and those valleys come, you got that big why that helps you continue to take action. How many of you are committed to create your why or refresh your why? Raise it. Are you guys committed? Who's going to print out that why sheet and dig the freak in? I am going to redo my why sheet because it changes. I want to challenge each of us to do it monthly. Guys, it is the easy button. When you're fired up about your why and you're clear on it, all of a sudden the action looks easier. I promise you. How many of you experienced that? Anybody? Like when you have a burning why and you know when it's clear, the steps actually kind of look simpler. Does anyone want to share anything about their why or getting clear on it or helping someone? Any like thoughts on that? Or like helping someone get their why and helping that or that making things work? No, you just want me to talk all night by myself? Okay.
So Diane at the training today, she was super awesome, and she was talking about why. That was part of it also, I've remembered as we've been talking. And she's awesome. She's a vision caster, and that's what she talked about. She's like, you just get it all laid out. You cast your vision, and you get it all, put it on a board, put it on whatever you want to put it on, and put it up all over the place. So you can get that vision and have it in your mind and in front of you. And then she said, but you have to forget it a little bit so that you don't start beating yourself up if you don't need it exactly perfect. But that is your grand vision. And then you work every day and consistency and just doing the little things every day, nothing fancy. And then it will come. And she said that's how she's been doing it. She just joined in April. And she's already senior gold, I think.
Yeah.
Almost to Ruby. So yeah, she's rocking it.
I love it. So here's a visual. I remember doing a team call for Lee Maake, who's Brooke Hemingway's sister. When I was like pretty new in the business, she's like, I really want you to do a team call. And I was like, me? Huh? I don't get it. And she's like, talk about the why, because I get really fired up. Like I have sweat tacos right now because I'm getting fired up. I get fired up when I talk about this stuff. But here's the visual. How many of you have been boating before where you have like that huge metal anchor that's like kind of scary? Like if you were to stub your toe, it would probably chop your toe off because it's like so hardy and big. That anchor, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Chantel knows what I'm talking about. She's a boating girl. So picture how big and heavy and just like solid that is. So then you picture having a rope that's like you can hang onto the rope and you have the anchor. And picture you have really muscly arms because it would take a lot of muscle to do this, right? So you've got your anchor and you go like this and you're like 1, 2, 3. And you like take that big old anchor and you just stick it to the very top of the mountain, right? And that's your why and that's your vision. And that's exactly what you want to create. And you get clear on it and you anchor that baby so deep into the top of the mountain that you know you're going to get there. And you got a rope, right? So you can hold on to that and you can actually lean into it, right? There's kind of some tension there because it's so strong and hard that you can actually kind of lean and it will hold you up. So you're going to climb the mountain, right? One step at a time. Sometimes it's going to be simple. Sometimes you're going to slip down a little bit. But when you are anchored with your why that is solid and clear, you will get to the top of the mountain. I promise you, I just got chills head to toe. Like when you do this, it makes the journey easier because you can have that, what's the word I'm looking for? That tension that holds you up. It helps you make the journey easier. So if I haven't like beaten a dead horse yet, bam, bam, like get your why solid, get it clear, write it out, put it on the wall, just like Nancy was saying and Diana was saying. I'm a big fan of the huge Post-it notes because I'm visual. If you need to get a huge Post-it note and write your why and your vision for like, ooh, this is what I'm creating in the next 6 months. This is what I'm creating in the next year. This is what my life's going to look like. Like, this is what I want. And you plaster it up on your wall. The actions don't feel as big because you got that big old anchor that's just holding you in place and helping you up the mountain. Are we good? Everyone's going to do it. I'm going to ask in committed action because I saw hands raised about who's committed. If you did your why, when? By tomorrow night? Can you do it in 24 hours? Print off the sheet, paste it somewhere. Can you do that? Are you guys in for that? Okay, I'm going to ask, and I want to hear you say yes, 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 send pictures, like do the thing. Okay, get your why. That's step one. Step two, I want to talk about being you. When you start taking these actions that we're going to talk about, don't try to be someone else. Guys, people can smell a phony from a mile away. If you think, oh, now I'm going to like be a Plexus girl, I'm going to do what Kimberly does. And you just copy and paste her, I'm going to be Katie Tucker. That girl, she's so awesome. Like, I'm going to be like Katie. And you just start copying and pasting and you don't like put your voice in there. People are like, nope, not buying it. It stinks because it's not her, right? So everything that we tell you to do, be you. Be you. If you have a post you want to do, be you. If there's messages that you're going to send, be you. If you're going to have a sip and see, be you. You are so powerful and so attractive when you are confident and you are excited and your why is on fire. People can feel it. When you have a purpose and you're on a mission, people are afraid not to follow you, but you got to be you. When you are so genuine and authentic, it is like this perfect combination of synergistic elements that are like attractive. Okay? So don't try to be someone else. If you want to copy Kimberly's post, great. Tweak it, make it yours, put a picture of you, be you. Okay? So everything that we talk about, I want you to be you. Any thoughts on that before I move on? Kimberly?
I was just gonna say, and don't think that like we're shaming you for copying posts, because that's okay. Like, we really do believe in this business, and not just with our team, but Plexus United. We really do believe that we're one Plexus, and it's totally cool to copy posts. But the most important thing is wording, really. Like, there are some things in posts that like I would never say y'all. I'm from Utah. I don't say y'all. So not very often are you going to see me write y'all. But if I'm taking someone else's post that has that throughout the whole thing, I need to change it up to what I would say. Because just like Christy said, like when people are reading your information, they're reading it because they love you, they trust you, they're friends with you, they want to be around you. And so people can spot a fake. But if you're sharing from the heart, if you're putting it in your words, it will always be successful.
Yes. Okay. So there were times along my journey when I would go to Brooke and Emily when I was super new and be like, am I doing okay? Is everything good? And they're like, keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome. And I was like, really? Because this feels very natural to me. Like, I didn't feel like I ever had to like be someone else. And guess what? I never do now. Like, I'm not going to say I don't compare myself, because that's something that always knocks at my door, right? Saying, oh, well, this person's doing that. Maybe you should do that. And I go, oh, maybe her idea is better than mine. That is always going to knock at the door. No one's immune from that. But what I am saying is I've never been inauthentic to myself, ever. I've always done things in a way that felt like I could do it, and it was me. And guess what? People feel that. They totally feel that you're being you, you're being genuine, and that's attractive, and it works, like Kimberly said. When you speak from the heart, when in doubt, and you're like, I don't know what to say to this person, like they asked me this or that. Well, really, maybe you do know what to say. Like, sometimes I just want to flip it and be like, people ask me, what should I say? And I say, what would you say? Because so often we look outside of ourselves for the answers. When we really do have a lot of our answers, we just got to trust ourselves. And if you've been hanging around here long, you know that I am always saying, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Like, of course, there's tips that we can give. But at the end of the day, I want to empower you to be you and trust your intuition, because that's what's attractive to people, is when you are authentically you and you're confident about that. Okay, so the step I want to talk about is making a list. I'm going to be honest. When I first heard that, my butt went, "Arr." I don't want to put people on a list. like pucker factor, right? You rise up 4 inches out of your chair. Right? Because I was like, then it turns into like a hunt or something. Like, I don't want to be preying on people. So if you're thinking that, it's okay. You're new. That's what I thought when I was new. Here's what I know. Chantel, you think I'm friggin' hilarious? I'm glad someone does, because I often laugh at myself, so that's good. But guys, what was I saying? A list. Okay, I thought that when I was new too. But what I've learned is we are not selling candles. We are not selling lipstick. We are not selling clothes. No offense. We are selling, we're in sales. I'm not going to like tiptoe around that. But we are sharing something that legitimately changes people's lives. Are we all aware of this? Raise your hand with 2 hands in the air and go like this. If you know that what we do freaking changes people's lives. Oh yeah. What we do doesn't give people, right? Sammy's like, please bless, it changes my life. It will, babe. You just wait. You just wait. But what we do changes lives. So bottom line is, when you make a list, the mentality and the mindset I want you to have is, have this gift that has been given to me. I am going to give these people the option to learn about it. Maybe they're not open to it. I love them anyway. And you have to love them anyway. Guys, if people aren't interested, you do not change the way that you talk to them. You do not avoid them. You do not make it mean anything about you or anything about Plexus. It means nothing. It means they're not ready. You love them unconditionally, right? So when you have that mindset and you make a list, I have a chills head to toe, because that's truth, guys. You have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to share with the people that are within our sphere of influence, because what if it's that thing that helps them change their life? There's a lot of Christies in our lives that are running around looking for solutions and miserable. And they don't know that Plexus is the thing. They're skeptical. They're snarky. They're going to tell you no, because I did a million times. Nancy Jex told me no for 18 months. Kimberly told me no for what, like 3-6 months? Guys, people say no because they're skeptical. Don't make it mean anything about you. That list is there so that you can have some clarity and you can show up and show those people, give them an opportunity to learn about it. And when you reach out to these people, you don't make it weird and creepy. You don't try to do a perfect message, because you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. There's some exceptions. If you call people names, that's the wrong thing. Don't tell people they are idiotic if they don't want to hear about Plexus. That's probably the wrong thing to say to the right person. But the bottom line is, you're going to say something simple like, I am so excited because I'm sick and dang tired of feeling like garbage, and I am learning about these supplements that I am super interested in. I thought of you and would love to know if you would like to learn about it too. I love you either way. Don't overthink it. Say that if you have to. But when you're genuine like that, people will say, nope, not interested. And you say, no problem. Love you the same. Go back to being friends. Don't be creepy. Don't be weird. Okay? But this list is going to be a really good starting point for you to have some numbers, because guys, it's a numbers game. Did you know that? There's a certain percentage. Chantel, I'm so glad you laughed with me. That makes me so happy. Oh, nerd alert. There are a certain percentage of people that are not interested. Cool. There's a certain percentage of people that are interested. Cool. There's a certain percentage of people that are ready for it right now. Awesome. It's not our job to twist people's arms. It's our job to give them the opportunity to learn about it, to come up with something genuine, short, and heartfelt to give them an invitation to learn about it. Okay, so make that list. All the people that you know is best. And don't make it creepy. Don't make it weird. Just reach out in genuine love. Let them know that you've either had these great results and you would love to know if they're open to learning about it, or I'm excited to feel better. And I know it's more fun to do these things with groups. Would they like to learn about it? Something simple like that. Don't overthink it. Make your list. The bigger the list, the easier your job is. How many of you like easy? How many of you like painful? Oh, what? Jess? She's like, I like to poke people with my nursing and hurt people, so maybe that's pain. Oh, guys, it's more simple and easy when you have a bigger list. It just is. If you have a list of 20 and 15 of those people don't answer you, how are you feeling? You're like, oh, this is hard, right? If you have a list of 100 or 200 and 15 people don't answer you, how are you feeling? You're like, okay, it's all good. We're going to make this work. So the bigger the list, the better. Don't overthink it. This is loud. I'm going to shut my door because there's loud dollies back here. The bottom line, though, is don't overthink it. Just make the list. There's going to be some that you reach out to first because you're more comfortable. Great. Just make the list, right? 100 or 200 is ideal, but we're going to start with 20. Closest people to you, 20 people. And we are actually going to help you, whoever your sponsor is, reach out to that person and say, I want to start reaching out to my 20 today. Will you help me come up with something that feels comfortable? Let's figure out what I can say to these people that feels genuine. Awesome, we'll help you send those 20 messages or have those 20 conversations or whatever that looks like, face-to-face. We're going to help you with that and you're going to get the hang of it. Then you're going to feel like you can do the 100 or whatever, right? Bigger the list, the better. What did Kimberly? There's a season for people wanting to change or feel better, but plant those seeds and eventually their no's become yeses. Yep. All we're doing is planting seeds and we love the crap out of people and they come around when they're ready, if they're ready. We can't control people. We never want to. That is like super, super not fun to try to control someone. How many have tried to control someone? Like that is not very fun, right? Lots of efforting. Okay, so that's the second one. Number 3, silver is our first goal. Okay, if you are not silver yet, that is your only goal, is to go silver. Silver is when you have 100 PV, so you've ordered 100 PV worth of products, and you have 3 level 1s that each have either a welcome pack or 100 PV. When that happens for the first time, you are silver, and you can do this business. That's all we do. Help people go silver. Talk to people about Plexus, help them enroll, help people go silver. We do not talk about silver to new people. Are you guys aware that that is like a gross, creepy word to people that don't do network marketing? If they hear silver, they're like, oh no, no. No, I want none of silver. Like, no. And I don't want to rank up either, and I don't want to hear your story. Like some of those buzzwords are a turnoff to people. So don't say silver. It's accountability partners. We want to help you get 3 accountability partners because truly, you guys, when people have accountability partners, did you know they are 80% more likely to stay on the products if they have 3 accountability partners? It's not bullshit. This is truth. So even someone that just wants to feel better, it is still in their best interest to get to silver one way or another, or to get their products covered, right, long term. So when you talk to people about this, don't talk about silver. Say, hey, my goal, and I did this yesterday or today, that feels like a long day, with one of Sammy's people. I said, it is my goal to help you get your products covered, not because we want to build our team. Of course, that's part of the goal, but I truly want people to stay on the products so that they can get results because my purpose is to help people wake up to their lives. Guys, I'm clear on that. So when we help people go silver or get accountability partners, we are ensuring that they're going to stay on the product so they will get results. Are you feeling me? So if you're not silver, get to silver. That's your first goal. There's ways to do that. You can send messages like we talked about. One of the best ways is to have What is Plexus Zoom, just like this. Very simple, very comfortable, very casual. And you have your sponsor do a Zoom for you and tell you or tell your people about Plexus. They'll tell stories. They'll tell about why the products work. People want the products after they learn about how they work, right? That's one of the easiest ways is you be a professional inviter, get people to get on the Zoom. Then your sponsor comes on and does, hello, nice to meet you. Here's my story. Here's the products. This is what this one does. Very simple. Don't get too nitty gritty. And then people are like, wow, I could see that helping me, right? You just professionally invited people. Then your sponsor does the heavy lifting. That's how this is designed. You're going to watch and learn. then you're going to be like, dude, scoot over. I can do this now, right? That will happen. So that's a way you can do it. Posting on Facebook is a way that you can expose more people, because a lot of people don't say that they're suffering. Guys, so many people do not say that they're suffering, but they're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and they see your post and they're like, well, whoa, what's Jenna doing? Like, I know that girl doesn't blow smoke. Wow, maybe there is something to this. And they private message you, but they would never come to you and say, did you know that I'm really struggling with my health? So when you post on Facebook, it's like standing up in front of however many people are your friends, standing up in a meeting with a microphone and saying, hey, tap, tap, tap. Like, did you guys know that there is hope if you feel like crap? Like, that's what you're doing. Instead of going to each person individually and saying, hey, are you struggling? Hey, are you struggling? Hey, like, it's so brilliant. I am so grateful for social media in our businesses because, dude, it condenses time frames. We can put one post up and touch hundreds of people. I'm going to give you a tip on posting. So here's the deal, guys. If you are the new person, hear me. If you are coaching a new person, hear me. The algorithms have changed dramatically. We used to be able to put a post up and people would go silver just like that. That's legit. Like, it used to be that way because everybody saw everybody's post. They have changed it. You must get 3 comments and you must respond to each comment in the first 15 minutes to get visibility. You are going to spend all this time putting a post together. And if you're a coach and you're coaching people on how to do this, please help them get the post seen. If they put all this time and energy into putting a post up there and they don't get any comments, guess how many people are going to see the post? Like, not 0, but not very many people. And then they're going to feel like, oh, people aren't caring or whatever. No, you got to make sure that you get 3 comments. If you need to go on committed action and say, please help support this post, I need some comments, do it. Go into a team thread that you're in and ask for support. We're here to support each other. Get 3 comments on each post, respond to each comment. Like, have the person respond to each comment like within 15 minutes. Then they're going to get some visibility. They're going to get the ball rolling. Then more people see it. Then we're going to actually get some traction. Are you guys feeling me on that? Are you doing that? Does anyone have thoughts on that? And we're almost done with this part. And we'll make the book club part short because this is getting long. Anyone have ideas or thoughts? No? Okay. Okay, so that's the first steps, guys. Like, we want to keep it simple. Can't the comments come between them and even one person? Yes, so you want to get any sort of back and forth engagement on the comment, on the post is good, but it's best if you get 3 comments from different people because that shows Facebook that you're engaging your audience and they're going to show that post to more of your friends. We just want to get the most bang for our buck, don't we? Does anyone else like want to get, if I do something, I want it to actually work, right? So that's the best way.
Hey, Christy.
Yes.
It's Matt.
Hey, look at your beard.
Long time no see. Yeah, no shave November. So anyway, I wanted to shout out Chantel here. She's been busting her butt. I don't know how much you know about what she's been doing. She invited 3 people so far to the 3-day challenge, and she's had, I don't know, 4 or 5 signups in the last month. So
Chantel!
I think she's rocking it, and I just wanted to make, because I heard Kim doing a shout out, I wanted to do a shout out because I don't know if she's going to have anyone shout her out.
Oh, I love that. Chantel, you woman, you are amazing, Jax. Oh, hi. Thank you so much, Matt, for shouting your beautiful woman out. She deserves it. And you're glowing, Chantel. I love it. Thank you. Way to go, babe. Oh, I love it. It's amazing. She deserves it. This girl is consistent and shows up, and that makes me so happy. So, way to go. Okay, are you guys feeling a little bit more empowered to help your new people? Keep it simple. Follow the beginner's guide, but these steps are really what we do, guys. And we get really, really taken care of for doing these simple steps with people and being genuine in the way we do it. Okay, we're going to be really efficient with book club because these messages are pretty straightforward and to the point. Chapter 11 is how to turn defeat into victory. How many of you have ever felt defeated in your business? Like you feel like, ugh, people aren't listening, like no one's responding, and I didn't get that rank that I wanted, and I set these goals and I just didn't get it. Anybody ever felt that way? Yes, I have too. In fact, everyone that is in this business has felt that way before. Any entrepreneur has felt that way. Okay, so what he talks about is all the different responses that we can have. So, of course, we all take turns with being Mr. Mediocre, he calls it Skid Row, Mr. Success. And he said, when we respond to defeat the way Mr. Success does, is when we really make the difference. He says when he gets knocked down, he bounces up, learns a lesson, forgets the beating, and moves upward. That's not a new concept, right? We hear this all the time. But you guys, it's true. Like, I feel like when we really look at defeat as, what can I learn from that? Like, I didn't reach my goal. Is there any meaning attached to it? Like, did I make that mean something about me? Well, no. Everyone who's successful at anything has moments where they don't meet their goal. Did you guys know that? Like, everyone, even Brooke Hemingway. I hate saying that, and she actually freaking hates it when I say stuff like that, because she's like, you're dehumanizing me. I'm like, no, but everyone thinks you like are just perfect, right? She's not. She gets defeated too. I've actually witnessed, we were ending a contest once, and she was like, well, here's my goal. I don't know if I'll make it or not, but I'm going to go for it. And she didn't make it. Like, we don't always hear those stories because all we see is, ta-da, she did it, right? Guys, anybody who's successful doesn't always meet their goals. So learning how to translate that into, doesn't mean anything about me, doesn't mean anything about this opportunity. It means this is real, right? Anybody have thoughts on that or experience?
I do.
Yeah.
I have thoughts. I'm playing with my puppy. Sorry, he's going to be annoying. But every time somebody talks about that, like, I relate it to my weight loss. I've been losing weight for the last 4 years, and I have set so many goals for myself along that time frame to be a certain weight by this date or be a certain size by this date. And I don't think I've ever reached one of my goals in the time frame I wanted to, ever. But I continued to lose weight and set new goals and work towards the next thing. And most of the time I can't even think of one time. Like, I wanted to be 20 pounds lower than I was after my first year of my weight loss. And I was 20 pounds over that, but I kept going and I kept losing. And it doesn't matter if you, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly like how to phrase it, but I think people get hung up in those little failures, and they don't look at the big picture, where it really isn't about that. It's about continuing to move forward and try, and to not quit on yourself, I guess.
Katie, that's so awesome. And that's something I've always admired about you, is that you are so constant. You are so consistent. And that's something that so many people can't nail, myself included. It's a struggle for me to be completely consistent every day with everything I do. But I've seen that serve you so well in your business. Is like, I've seen you have goals and work your butt off for it and not hit it. But look where you are now. Like,
yeah, I've had times in my business too where I haven't reached goals. Like, I was reaching for Senior Ruby in April or May, and I didn't reach it, but then I reached it in August. And there have been times where I've wanted to enroll a certain amount of people, and I didn't reach those goals, and I didn't win the contest prize that I wanted to. And that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that that I can't do this, or that I can't be successful with my business, Sorry.
I love your puppy.
He's crazy. He just wants attention right now.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, hello, honey. So how many of you look at, go ahead.
That was it. I was just going to say, in my business too, I a lot of times I do make goals with my business, and I have accomplished my goals. But the first time I didn't reach my goal was when I was trying to hit Senior Ruby. And that was a hard blow for me. That was a hard blow, but I ranked a few months later it doesn't mean anything. If you don't reach a goal that you have set for yourself, that is not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of where your business is going. It's not a reflection of how successful you're going to be. It's really not anything at all. I really think that goals just help us to get to where we want to be in general. Whether or not we hit it in our time frame or our timing, that's not the point.
Amen, sister. How many of you think that Katie Tucker is someone that you would love to be like in your business? Everyone that I talk to is like, oh, freaking Katie Tucker, that girl. And so, like, you heard it from her. She's killing it and she's doing amazing. And yet she talks about how she rarely meets the goal when she wants to. Like, that's part of success, right? One thing that he says is it is not possible to win high-level success without meeting opposition, hardship, and setback. But it is possible to use setbacks to propel you forward. Guys, that's like we talk about winking when things like we are determined, confident, and powerful women. We're setting out to go against the grain, and there will be opposition. But we know we signed up for that. So when it comes, we wink at it and say, I knew you were coming. This isn't a surprise. Like, I knew I was on the path that had that because it leads to somewhere great, right? Okay, Jess, I forgot my cute Jess. Where are you? I was going to have her... I'm so sorry. I was going to have her share a quick tip because she has helped. Jess, tell us how many people you've helped go silver in the last month.
2, almost 3.
Tell us your tip. One thing that has helped you.
You know, Christy, it's so funny because when you asked me earlier, I like had to look in the mirror. I'm like, what am I doing? And I had to call Nicole. I'm like, what am I doing am I doing something? And I don't know. I give a lot of credit to Katie and Nicole. They are my uplines and they do a wonderful job in supporting me as I'm still new in this business and I'm learning how to connect and love people where they're at. And I have always remembered what Kim told me when I had my first quitter. And my first quitter was someone that's very close to me. And Kim said, love her where she's at. And that's how I treat everybody. I love them where they're at. Either they're not into the product, they don't want to be part of the business, they're not feeling the changes as quickly as I want them to. I love them where they're at. And with that, I build a friendship with them. I love them where they're at if they are ready to share, but they just need some help sharing. I think loving someone and genuinely loving them, they build this trust with you and connection with you. And then they see that there is more than just product. They see that there's more than just feeling healthy and they've seen the change in me. I'm a completely different person than I was a year ago. And even tonight, I went to an activity in my neighborhood and someone was like, oh my heck, I saw a picture of you with Katie Tucker. How do you know Katie Tucker? And I'm like, how do you know Katie Tucker? Like, I think people around us that are watching us, they're watching and they are like, oh, how does she know Katie? And Katie, you know, you've blessed someone's life that you may not even know. And I think as we build these deep connections and relationships with people and love them where they're at, and I love that Kim has told me that because it's changed how I look at people and that I hope that people love me where I'm at. You build this connection and then you get comfortable inviting them to events. And I'm still learning that. I'm learning that really strongly from Nicole because she's all about, well, and I know she does it scared, but she got one of my level ones to an event on Saturday. And I don't think I could have touched her the way that Nicole did. I think it was on purpose that I couldn't go on Saturday. She was able to kind of open that door with Melissa, and Melissa's going to rank silver this week. I just think that the more we build a connection and a relationship with our level ones and anyone below us, and having the support of your upline, which Katie and Nicole do an awesome job, and they've become friends with a lot of my level ones. My level ones will come to me and be like, oh my heck, I Marco Polo Katie every day. And I'm like, you do? Or I talk to Nicole, like Nicole is on a thread with all of my people. And another thing too is follow-up. I follow up every single week on every single enrollment I've had since June. I don't miss a week. I probably drive Nicole nuts because her phone just blows up every morning. And I'm sending messages to 10 people every day saying, where are you at? How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the product? And then when they say I haven't felt changes, what I was told at 4 months is, okay, step back and look at the roses. I was told that by my husband and by Nicole. And even the thorns, they might still be there, but there are roses. And I think if you just remind them that it's all about consistency and follow-up and love and connection, I could just go on and on. But I just feel like my level ones now, they're not just my level ones, they become my very close friends. And I don't know if that's going to hurt my business down the road, but I feel like if you build that connection and that trust, that's how you become a leader, and that's how you're going to make your business grow.
Oh my gosh, Jess, you are so beautiful. Like the
Aw,
thing that's
thank
so
you.
cool is I remember the time that we met Jess for the first time around that table at Nicole's house, and Kimberly was there and I was there and Nicole was there and Katie would have been there if she wasn't in Wyoming. But we got to meet this woman, and dude, like, I'm going to get emotional. I remember hearing her health struggles, and she was desperate. Like, Jess, she's a very smart woman. She's a nurse. Her husband's a nurse. And they know their stuff. And she'd done all the doctors. She'd done all the things. And like, they kept putting her on steroids and just telling her to like be on a low dose of antibiotics and all this nonsense. And she just didn't feel right about it. And just seeing, you know, her faith with so much skepticism, we get it. Like, we love people where they're at, because guess what? We were there, right? We don't get shocked by that. It's part of this process. But just seeing like your help, feeling that feeling of like, I want you to feel better, and I know you will, right? And then watching you turn that health story into such a beautiful business where you are changing lives. I am so honored to have been part of this process and just watch this happen with you. And I am, dude, you hit it right on the head. That there is no secret. Like, what you said is exactly what I would echo 100,000,000%. People want to feel loved, cared about, and I am going to do better with my follow-up because of what you shared, because that is inspiring, and I love all of that. Okay, thank you. I want to end on that, but I'm going to finish really quick. These chapters are so good, but guys, there's a lot. Okay, one thing that he said, thank you for sharing, Jess. Like, that was my favorite part of the call so far. So thank you for sharing that. So he talks about, like, when an airplane crashes, the odds are so small that it will ever crash, but when it does, they have a team come in and they like dig the site to pieces to find out why it crashed, right? So they salvage something that they can learn from so that they can make sure it doesn't happen again. So I love that visual, because when we do that and we say, something didn't go well, okay, it doesn't mean anything about me, right? It just means I can learn something. So what he says is salvage something from every setback. So when you have a setback, it's like a plane crashing. Go in there without emotion and just say, let's see here. What can I learn from this? What can I do better? What went right? What could maybe I do differently next time to create a different result? When we do that and we collect those, we salvage all those lessons from the setbacks, you add that up, that will add up to your dreams coming true in this business. Like, I mean that. You have enough plane crashes and you salvage enough sites, you're going to have your dreams come true. You're going to reach your goals in this business. But so often, guys, when the plane crashes, people are like, oh, I'm not good at this. Like, I can't do this. And they made it crash and it means I'm not good at it, right? I've been there before. It's okay. Everybody has plane crashes. The people that go through and salvage a lesson from it are the ones that can move forward. Okay, I'm going to skip so much of this. Defeat is only a state of mind and nothing more. So when you have those moments and you feel defeated, join the club. We all do. Take a deep breath, feel it. I'm always here to remind you to feel your emotions and let it come. But then I want to challenge us all to get out of that state of mind and say, what can I learn from that? How can I salvage something from that? And now what can I do moving forward? Where's my focus now? Because what we focus on expands. So if we want to move forward, salvage something from the wreck and then move forward, right? Okay. We already talked about that. I'm not going to talk about that. Anybody have thoughts so far? Oh, I love this part. He says, a failure is a man who has blundered but is not able to cash in on the experience. So there isn't a failure unless we don't salvage for a lesson in there, right? Cash in on it. Okay, he talks about blaming and there's no luck and all of that. So one thing he talks about is when there is defeat and when you're feeling that heaviness, just one thing that successful people do is they say, there is a way. right? Instead of saying, oh, the plane crashed, it's over, I can't do this, and you stay in that defeat. When you say, this is my favorite line, what if there was a simple solution? What might it be? So often, guys, we overcomplicate things, and then we get to hide, because when it's complicated, we don't have to be accountable. But if we ask ourselves, I literally say this out loud, my kids laugh at me, but if I'm like frustrated with a technology thing, because I just click around until things work, what if the solution was simple? What might that solution be? Right? And you just go there, clarity immediately, and you can see a step. That's the way that successful people get through those things. Okay, he said at the end, all things do work together for good if you just develop clear vision. Okay, we know those setbacks are going to come. It doesn't mean anything about us. It means we're on a path that leads to somewhere great. Remember that anchor? We got that anchor and we went, whoosh, and we're anchored to the top of a hill. And not only do we get to bring ourselves and our families, but guys, it's so rewarding to look back and be like, oh my gosh, look at all these people that are coming with me to this higher place of life, whether it's their health, the way they can show up as a mom, a wife, in their families, whatever that is, financially, health-wise. As we do that, all these things work together to truly make, they work together for good in the end. Okay, talks about goals. A goal is an objective, a purpose. This is one part I want to read, and then we're going to close this up. A goal is more than a hazy, oh, I wish I could. A goal is a clear, this is what I'm working toward. Nothing happens, no forward steps are taken until a goal is established. Without goals, individuals just wander through life, they stumble alone, never knowing where they are going, so they never get anywhere. Goals are essential to success as air is to life. No one ever stumbles into success without a goal. No one ever lives without it, without air. Get a clear fix on where you want to go. Okay, we talked about that already, but that's not my words, that's his words. When we know with clarity what we're going for, even if it's just a goal for the day, right? And we remove the drama and we ask, what if it was simple? What 3 things could I do today to move my business forward? That's a clear goal that you can accomplish. And when you don't accomplish it, because we don't always, like Katie said, we say, oh, cool, I'm going to keep doing it tomorrow. Reestablish that goal. And when you do those daily, weekly, monthly, it's going to add up and you are going to reach your ultimate goals. Does anyone have thoughts about goals and how that works? And then there's one more thing I'm going to share before we end. There's so much I could say, but we never get through all of it because it's just so much good stuff. So this is something that I have actually walked out and I can honestly say is true. And I'm working on it now. He says, you must form an image now of the person you want to be 10 years from now, if you are to become that image. Okay, this is huge. This is what I call the exceptional you, right? So if you're taking notes, I want you to write down the exceptional version of me. So whatever your name is, the exceptional Chantel, the exceptional Kimberly, the exceptional Carol. When you see that vision and you know, okay, take some deep breaths and you close your eyes and you go in there and you say, what would that look like? If I was living my exceptional life, what would that look like? What kind of food would I eat? What kind of things would I be talking about? What kind of, whatever. And you get clear on that, guys, it starts to manifest. It really does. But if we don't have that clear vision, then we just kind of wander and stumble and it feels aimless and it's not laser focused. But when we get clear on that and we know what that exceptional version of ourselves looks like, it makes it simple. So if you're faced with something tomorrow, you get clear on that exceptional version of yourself, and then tomorrow something comes up and you say, oh, I'm just seeing the chat. And you say, oh, there's a decision to make. And you go, okay, what would the exceptional version of me say to this right now? There's an opportunity that might be something that helps you with your goal. Maybe it doesn't. And you ask yourself, what would the exceptional version of me do? Oh, she wouldn't do that. Oh, easy, right? But you got to know who that is and get a clear picture of who that is so that you can start to create it, right? I'll tell you our move and some really big, awesome changes that have happened for our family and that are happening right now, as far as working through some stuff that's hung over us, some like trauma that's just kind of lingered in our home. I know that exceptional version. I've seen the vision of what our Jex family exceptional version looks like, what Christy exceptional version looks like, and I can't tolerate anything less than that. Like, once you see that clear vision, you can't unsee it. It's really empowering, and it really does help you. It's like your North Star that helps to guide the decisions that we make every day. So anyway, thank you for joining us. I'm going to stop this. Does anyone have thoughts, ideas, questions? This is long. I hope that this beginner's training is something that we'll send to our new people, so people can feel like they have some framework to get started and start sharing. Because that's, guys, focusing on our new people and helping everyone get some accountability partners is everything. So that's why I went into that tonight, so that we can really focus on that, and all of our businesses will grow as a result. So thank you for joining us. I love you. Thanks for being part of this team. You are loved. You are treasured. We are so grateful to have you. Have a beautiful night. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.